Welcome. Today we're going to look at exterior angles of triangles. And the first thing we're going to do is review some of the rules that we already know. The first rule is that we have a straight line and we've divided it into two. The sum of those angles equals 180 degrees. So here I have a line divided into two, and so D plus C equals 180 degrees. The second thing we know is that the interior angles, and by that I mean the angles inside the triangle, they also add up to 180 degrees. So here I have a triangle, and angles A plus B plus C equal 180 degrees. These are going to come in useful later on when we work out exterior angles. But first let's have a look at what I mean when I say an exterior angle. So I have a triangle, and if I extend one of the sides outwards, the angle that's formed with this line to the triangle is what I mean when I say an exterior angle. So for our definition, it can be an exterior angle of a triangle is formed when any side is extended outwards. So rather than the angles inside the triangle, an exterior angle is outside the triangle. So now that we have our rules and we have a definition, we can come up with another rule for exterior angles themselves. So again, we have a triangle, we've extended one of the sides outward, and this is what we know is our exterior angle. So let's label the rest of the triangle with some useful information. So at the top, let's put angle A. On the left-hand side, let's put angle B. And on the right-hand side, let's put angle C. And for sake of argument, let's call our exterior angle angle D. So given this information, what we can do is come up with a way of working out our exterior angles. So the first thing that we can notice is that angle C and D, they're on the straight line. So adding those together will equal 180 degrees. So D plus C equals 180 degrees. Then the next thing that we can notice is that inside the triangle, these angles will also add up to 180 degrees. So A plus B plus C equals 180 degrees. But now that we have these, we have two rules instead of one. So we're going to look at trying to combine this information. So using some simple algebra, on the left-hand side, we are going to try and put the C onto the side with the 180 degrees. So in order to do that, what I have to do is change the sign of the C from a positive to a negative because I've taken it over the equal sign. So I get D equals 180 degrees minus C. I do exactly the same thing on this side. So I get A plus B equals 180 degrees minus C. So now what I can notice is that both equations actually equal the same thing, which is 180 degrees minus C. So using some simple substitution, I can simply write D equals A plus B. Now if I have the angle C, I can simply plug the information into this equation here. But most often in textbooks they don't give us the angle C, so we have to come up with some other way of finding out the information. So our exterior angle here, D, is equal to the sum of the opposite interior angles, and in this case that's A plus B. So D equals A plus B. So let's have a look at an example of an exterior angle. So this is a question which is quite often posed in some textbooks. Evaluate, which just means work out. So evaluate triangle ABC, where A is 40 degrees and B is 60 degrees. What is the exterior angle to ACB? So we know that the exterior angle is going to be here, so we want to work out angle D. So if we draw that triangle, what we can do is replace A with 40 degrees, B with 60 degrees, and we know that the angle is going to come out here because it's ACB, so this is going to be the exterior angle that we're going to try work out. So here, what we can do is write down our rule, which is D equals A plus B. We replace A with 40 and B with 60, and we get D equals 100 degrees, simply by adding those two values together. So now I think it's your turn. So I'm going to put a question here, and what I suggest you do is pause the video, and when we come back we'll work through it together. Welcome back. Hopefully what you've done is draw a triangle, because sometimes that helps put things into perspective. So this is my drawing of the question above. And I've written D equals A plus B. Replacing A with 50 and B with 30, I get 80 degrees. So let's have a look at example 2. And again, I suggest you pause the video, and when we come back we'll look at this together. what you should have done is draw a triangle. If you didn't do that in the first example, hopefully you managed to do that in the second. And again, we've got our rule, d equals a plus b. And now we've got replacing a with 90 degrees and b with 40 degrees, we get d equals 130 degrees. Hopefully you got those both right. Well done if you did. And hopefully that will now explain exterior angles for you. Take care.